My name is Rachel. I am 30 years old. I always thought I had a good life, a happy life. I had a husband, David. I loved David very much. We were married for 5 years. He was kind. He was funny. He made me feel safe. I thought he loved me, too. I really believed he loved me. I also have a sister. Her name is Chloe. Chloe is younger than me. She is 27. Chloe and I were always close. Or I thought we were close. We grew up together. We shared secrets. We played together. I was her big sister. I always tried to protect her. I always tried to help her. I trusted Chloe with everything. My secrets, my worries, my happiness. She was my sister, my best friend. That is what I believed. David and I lived in a small house. It had a little garden. I loved our garden. I planted flowers there. Red flowers, yellow flowers, blue flowers. David helped me sometimes. We would work in the garden on sunny afternoons. We would laugh. We were happy. Or so I thought. Our life was simple. I worked in a bakery. I loved the smell of fresh bread. I loved making cakes with sweet frosting. David worked in an office. He sold computers. He was good at his job. We were not rich, but we had enough. We had each other. That was the most important thing. Or, that is what I told myself. About a year ago, Chloe had some problems. She lost her job. She also broke up with her boyfriend. She was very sad. She cried a lot. My heart hurt for her. I am her big sister. I wanted to help her. Chloe, why don't you come and stay with us for a while? I said to her one day. Just until you feel better, until you find a new job. David agreed. Yes, Chloe, he said. Our house is your house. We are family. He smiled at her. It was a kind smile. I thought he was being a good husband, a good brother-in-law. So Chloe moved in with us. At first it was nice. We were like a family, again. 3 of us. We watched movies together. We cooked dinner together. Chloe helped me in the garden sometimes. She started to smile more. I was happy to see her feeling better. I was happy I could help my sister. But then, things started to change. Small things at first. Things I did not want to see. Things my heart did not want to believe. David started working late more often. He would come home tired. He would not talk much. He used to tell me everything about his day. Now, he was quiet, distant. When I asked him if something was wrong, he would say, "No, Rachel, I'm just tired. Work is stressful." I believed him. Why would I not believe my husband? Chloe also started to act a little differently. She started wearing nicer clothes around the house. She put on makeup even when she was not going out. She would laugh a lot with David. They had little jokes together. Jokes I did not understand. Sometimes I would walk into a room and they would stop talking suddenly. They would look at me, then look away. A strange feeling started to grow in my heart. A cold feeling, like a little stone. But I pushed it away. "No, Rachel," I told myself. "You are imagining things. Chloe is your sister. David is your husband. They would never hurt you. I wanted to believe that. I needed to believe that. One afternoon, I came home from work early. The bakery closed early that day. I wanted to surprise David. Maybe we could go for a walk or watch a movie. I opened the front door quietly. The house was silent. David, I called. Chloe? No answer. I walked into the living room, and then I saw them. My heart stopped. My breath caught in my throat. I could not move. I could not speak. I could not believe what I was seeing. David, my husband, and Chloe, my sister. They were on the sofa. They were kissing. Not a small kiss. A long kiss. Chloe's arms were around David's neck. David's hands were on Chloe's back. The world went black for a moment. I think I swayed. I grabbed the doorframe to keep myself from falling. A sound came out of my mouth. A small sound, like a wounded animal. They heard it. They jumped apart. Their faces. Oh, their faces. David's face was white, full of shock, full of guilt. Chloe's face was red. She looked scared. She could not look at me. I finally found my voice. It was a whisper, a broken whisper. What? What are you doing? No one spoke. The silence was terrible. It was so heavy. I felt like I was drowning in it. David? I said, my voice a little stronger now. Tears were starting to burn in my eyes. Chloe? David stood up. He ran his hand through his hair. He looked at the floor. He looked anywhere but at me. Rachel, he started. It's not what you think. Not what I think? I cried. My voice was loud now, full of pain, full of anger. Not what I think? I saw you. I saw you kissing my sister, my husband, and my sister. Chloe started to cry. Soft, quiet sobs. She still did not look at me. How could you? I whispered, looking at David. How could you do this to me? We are married. I loved you. I trusted you. Then I looked at Chloe, my sister, my blood. And you, Chloe? My voice was shaking. How could you do this? I am your sister. I took you into my home. I helped you. And this is how you repay me? By stealing my husband? Chloe finally looked up. Her eyes were red. Rachel, I'm so sorry, she sobbed. I didn't mean for this to happen. It just happened. It just happened? I screamed. Kissing my husband just happened? Betraying your sister just happened? The pain in my chest was so strong. It felt like my heart was breaking into a million tiny pieces. David tried to speak again. Rachel, please let me explain. Explain? I said, my voice cold now. So cold. What is there to explain, David? That you don't love me anymore? That you prefer my sister? Is that what you want to explain? He looked down. He could not answer. That was answer enough for me. I felt numb, like I was watching a terrible movie. But it was not a movie. It was my life, my happy life, shattered into pieces by the two people I trusted most in the world. I don't remember everything that happened next. It is all a blur of pain and anger and tears. I think I shouted a lot. I think I cried a lot. I remember packing a bag. My hands were shaking so much I could barely zip it up. "You need to leave," I said to Chloe. My voice was flat, empty. "Both of you, get out of my house." David looked at me, his eyes pleading. "Rachel, where will you go?" "That is none of your business," I said. "This is my house too. But I cannot be here with you. Not anymore." Actually, the house was in both our names, but in that moment, I just wanted them gone from my sight, or I wanted to be gone from theirs. I walked out of the house that was once filled with love and laughter. Now it was filled with betrayal and lies. I walked and walked. I did not know where I was going. My tears blinded me. My heart ached with a pain so deep I thought I would die from it. Ended up at my friend Sarah's house. Sarah is a good friend. She opened the door and saw my face. She knew immediately that something was terribly wrong. She hugged me. I cried in her arms for a long, long time. I told her everything. She listened. She did not judge. She just held me. That night I did not sleep. I kept seeing their faces. David's guilty face, Chloe's scared face. I kept hearing their words. It just happened. How could it just happen? Love doesn't just happen with your sister's husband. Betrayal doesn't just happen. It is a choice. They chose to hurt me. They chose to betray me. The next few days were like a nightmare. I stayed with Sarah. I could not go back to my house. The thought of seeing David or Chloe made me feel sick. David called me many times. He left messages. He said he was sorry. He said he made a mistake. A mistake? This was not a mistake. This was a betrayal. A deep, cruel betrayal. Chloe also tried to call me. I did not answer. What could she say? Sorry? Sorry is not enough. Not for this. I felt so alone, so lost. My whole world had crumbled. The man I loved, the sister I trusted, both gone. Both had hurt me in the worst way possible. It is okay to feel pain, Sarah told me. It is okay to be angry. You have been hurt badly. She was right. I was hurt. I was angry. I was also so sad. I had to make decisions. Hard decisions. What about my marriage? What about David? Could I ever forgive him? Could I ever trust him again? My heart said no. My mind said no. The trust was broken, shattered into a million pieces, like a glass vase dropped on a stone floor. You can try to glue the pieces back, together, but it will never be the same. It will always have cracks. It will always be fragile. And Chloe, my sister, how could I ever look at her again? How could I ever trust her again? The bond between sisters is supposed to be special, unbreakable. She broke it. She took a knife and stabbed me in the back. That is how it felt. I decided I needed to see David one more time. I needed to tell him face to face that it was over. Sarah came with me. For support. We met at a small coffee shop. Not our usual place. I could not go to our usual places. Too many memories. David looked terrible. His eyes were red. He had not shaved. He looked like he had not slept in days. Good, I thought. He should suffer too. Rachel, he said, his voice hoarse. I am so sorry. I never wanted to hurt you. But you did hurt me, David, I said. My voice was calm, surprisingly calm. Maybe I had cried all my tears out. You hurt me more than I ever thought possible. It was a mistake, he said again. A terrible mistake. Chloe. She was sad. She was vulnerable. I was trying to comfort her, and things just got out of control. Got out of control? I looked at him. Comforting her means kissing her, holding her? David, stop making excuses. You made a choice. Chloe made a choice. And you both chose to betray me. He looked down. He knew I was right. I want a divorce, David, I said. The words were hard to say, but I knew they were necessary. He looked up, his eyes wide. Rachel, no. Please, we can fix this. I will do anything. I shook my head. No, David, we cannot fix this. The trust is gone. My love for you, it is gone too. It died that day when I saw you with Chloe. It was a lie. A part of me still loved him. Or maybe I loved the memory of the man I thought he was, but I knew I could not live with him anymore. I could not live with the constant reminder of his betrayal. He started to cry then. Big, ugly sobs. It was strange to see him cry. He was always so strong. Or I thought he was. A part of me felt a little bit of pity, but the anger, the hurt, was stronger. We talked for a little longer, but there was nothing more to say. It was over. Our marriage. Our life together. Finished. Leaving that coffee shop, I felt a strange mix of sadness and relief. Sadness for what I had lost. Relief that I had made a decision. A hard decision, but the right decision for me. The next step was Chloe. I did not want to see her, but I knew I had to. She was my sister. Or, she used to be. Sarah arranged for us to meet at her house. Just Chloe and me. Chloe looked even worse than David. She was pale. Her eyes were swollen from crying. She looked small and broken. Rachel, she whispered as soon as she saw me. I am so sorry. There are no words to say how sorry I am. I just looked at her. I did not say anything for a long time. What could I say? Why, Chloe? I finally asked. My voice was quiet. Why would you do this to me? To us? She cried harder. I don't know, she sobbed. I was lonely. I was sad. David was kind to me. He listened to me. And then I don't know. I just, I was stupid. I was selfish. I was a terrible sister. Yes, I said. You were. The words were harsh, but they were true. I will never forgive myself, she said. I have lost you. I have lost my sister, my best friend. Yes, I said again. You have. We sat in silence for a while, just the sound of Chloe's quiet sobs. I did not shout at her. I did not scream. I was too tired, too heartbroken. The anger was still there. But it was a cold anger now, a deep, settled anger. I don't know if I can ever forgive you, Chloe, I said slowly. What you did? It was the ultimate betrayal. You broke my heart. You broke our family. I know, she whispered. I deserve your anger. I deserve your hate. Hate. Did I hate her? I did not know. I felt so many things. Pain, anger, sadness, disappointment, betrayal. Maybe hate was in there, too. It was hard to tell. I need time, Chloe, I said. A lot of time. I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. Not for a long, long time. Maybe never. I don't know. She nodded, tears streaming down her face. I understand, she said. I will do whatever you want. I will stay away. And so, I lost my husband, and I lost my sister, all in one terrible moment. My life, which had seemed so happy, so secure, was gone. I was alone, truly alone. The months that followed were hard, so hard. I moved into a small apartment. I continued to work at the bakery. The smell of bread, which I used to love, now sometimes made me feel sad. It reminded me of a life that was no more. But I had good friends. Sarah was always there for me. She listened to me cry. She made me laugh. She reminded me that I was strong, that I would get through this. Slowly, very slowly, I started to heal. The pain was still there, but it was not so sharp anymore. It was like a dull ache in my heart. A constant reminder of what I had lost. I learned a lot about myself during that time. I learned that I am stronger than I thought. I learned that I can survive even the deepest pain. I learned that it is okay to be alone. It is better to be alone than to be with people who betray you. I also learned about trust. Trust is a fragile thing. Once it is broken, it is very, very hard to repair. Maybe sometimes it can never be repaired. I did not see David again after that day in the coffee shop. The divorce was finalized. He moved to another city, I heard. I hope he is happy. Or maybe a part of me hopes he is not. I don't know. My feelings are still complicated. Chloe. I did not see her for a very long time. More than a year. Sometimes my mother would mention her. She would say Chloe was very sad. That Chloe missed me terribly. My mother was caught in the middle. It was hard for her too. One day, about 2 years after that terrible day, I received a letter. It was from Chloe. It was a long letter. She wrote about her regret, her shame, her sadness. She said she was going to therapy. She was trying to understand why she did what she did. She said she did not expect me to forgive her, but she wanted me to know that she was truly sorry, and that she would always love me, her big sister. I read the letter many times. My heart was still hard towards her, but a tiny, tiny part of me felt something else. A flicker of something. Not forgiveness. Not yet. But maybe a tiny bit of understanding. People make mistakes. Terrible mistakes. Does that mean they are bad people forever? I did not know. Life goes on. That is what people say. And it is true. My life went on. I focused on my work. I made new friends. I started to find joy in small things again. A beautiful sunset. A good book. The laughter of children in the park. The pain of betrayal is a heavy burden to carry. It changes you. I am not the same Rachel I was before. I am more cautious now. I am slower to trust. But I am also stronger. I know my own worth. I know that I deserve to be loved, to be respected, to be treated with honesty. Maybe one day I will be able to forgive David. Maybe one day I will be able to forgive Chloe. Forgiveness, they say, is for yourself, not for the other person. It is about letting go of the anger, the bitterness, so you can be free. I am not there yet, but I am trying. Every day I try to let go of a little bit of the pain. Every day I try to look forward, not back. This experience taught me a very hard lesson. Sometimes the people you love most can hurt you the most. It is a painful truth, but it is a truth. If you are going through something like this, if someone you trusted has betrayed you, please know that you are not alone. The pain is real. The anger is real. The sadness is real. Allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to grieve. But also know this: you are strong. You are resilient. You will get through this. It will take time. It will take courage. But you will heal, and you will find happiness again. Maybe a different kind of happiness. A wiser kind of happiness. Life is full of challenges, full of unexpected turns. Sometimes it brings us deep joy. Sometimes it brings us deep pain. But through it all, we learn, we grow, we become stronger. I am still learning. I am still growing. My story is not over. It is just a new chapter. A chapter about finding strength in pain. About finding hope in darkness. About learning to live, and maybe even to love, again. It's okay to feel broken for a while. It's okay to cry. But don't let the actions of others define you. Don't let their betrayal steal your light. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of happiness. Remember that. Always. You can do this. You can heal. And you can build a new life. A life filled with peace and truth. Keep going.